There are two types of streamer on Twitch: single game streamer and variety streamer. And before we get any further into the video, you watching right now, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to type in the comments below, which do you think is easier to grow as? A single game streamer or a variety streamer? Take your time. Go on. I'll give you a second. All right. Let's continue with the video. First, I'm going to talk about single game streaming, which is what I used to be. Back in 2015, I was a Hearthstone streamer. Full time, that was what I did. I streamed Hearthstone. I streamed Hearthstone every single day. And within about a year and a half, I was able to grow from nothing, nobody watching me whatsoever, to up to sort of an average of 80 viewers, and on some weeks, 250 concurrent viewers all week. That's without hosts, without raids, without any of that. How did I do that? It really wasn't that complicated. So Hearthstone is a competitive card game. You can build a deck, you can compete with other players, you can get a high rank, and you can compete to be the highest rank in the whole of your region. And that is precisely what I did. I built a deck that wasn't considered meta, something that was considered a little bit quirky, a little bit different, and I'd hit legend with that deck, and I would try and compete with the best of the best with my quirky homebrew deck. It very rarely worked out, but sometimes it did, and when it did, I made sure to milk the heck out of it. There was a Hearthstone fan site called Hearthpone, where you could create a deck, and you could post it on there, and then people could upvote and downvote decks, a little bit like Reddit. And then if your deck got upvoted enough, it would appear on the front page with the big news articles of the week and all of that kind of stuff. And if I had a good deck, I made damn well sure that it was going to be front page. I'd write like a big guide for how to play the deck, but I'd leave stuff blank, and I'd be like, yeah, if I get this many upvotes, then I'll fill this in. If I get this many upvotes, I'll make a video explaining how the deck works and showing some gameplay of it at high legend. That kind of thing. It's a little bit cheeky, but it worked, and people upvoted and people kept checking back, and my deck would appear on the front page. And what was really cool about this is that you could then change the title of the deck. And what I would do is when I would next stream, I would add the words live now to the title of the deck. So then anyone that happens to be on the Hearthstone website, they're on the front page, they see, oh, look, it's the highest rated deck on the website this week. Oh, and it's live right now. Yeah, quick, sweet. Sweet. Awesome. Yeah, I'll click on that and I'll watch the stream. And that was when I had 250 concurrents all week, every time I did this, without fail. Of course, it's hard to do in the first place. You need to create something unique and be successful with it, but it's a magic golden recipe. And the reason I've told you this story is because it illustrates really nicely the advantage that a single game streamer has. Whether you're playing a Mario game all day, every day, and speedrunning it, and really showing that you're the best, making guides and that kind of thing. Whether you're playing a competitive game like Hearthstone, like Brawl Stars, like Halo, something like that. Or whether you're playing a MMO, maybe World of Warcraft or Destiny or something like that. There is so many ways that you can make content that I don't even know about. But these games that have huge fandoms, they've got people wanting content. It is your job as a single game streamer to provide that content, to make that content, and to give people a reason to watch you. Show your expertise, help make a walkthrough guide, solve a problem that a lot of the players have, that kind of thing. Give people something to try, something fun to do, something different to do in the game. Whatever your area of expertise, you know, you don't have to be the best player in the world to do this. You can just be an average player that's put a lot of time in. Like, oh yeah, by the way, this bit's kind of hard, but this is a good way of doing it. Or this is how you get this achievement. Simple as that. But that kind of thing can really help you grow on Twitch. Obviously, a YouTube channel is required for that, but that's also how you grow on Twitch. You make a YouTube. Like it's not a secret at this stage. Obviously, if you're playing a single game, it needs to be something that you're extremely passionate about, and it has to be something that has replayability, or it has content there. You can't just take The Last of Us Part 2, for example. You can't be a The Last of Us Part 2 streamer forever, because eventually you'll have completed the game on the hardest difficulty, you'd have found all the collectibles. That's it, you're out of content. And also, it's the kind of game that everyone obsesses over for about a week, 2 weeks, a month, and then everyone forgets about. Like, if you're making The Last of Us Part 2 content now, chances are nobody cares. If you're single game streaming, you need to pick a game that is going to be relevant for a long time. Or be an art streamer or something. That counts. That's totally a single game streamer. But you get what I'm saying. It's something you can be an expert in. So yeah, to answer the question, it is far easier to grow on Twitch as a single game streamer. The end. Let's all go home. go be a single game streamer. Except that's not all there is to the story. I am now a variety streamer. And although I'm growing more slowly, I had to start from scratch. I'm growing more slowly. Not as many people watch. There is something to be said about being a variety game streamer. Just to put all of this into perspective, back when I was a full-time Hearthstone streamer, say I was averaging 80 viewers at the time, I had 80 people watching. Once I decided I'm going to switch to Dark Souls for the last hour of my stream, which is a bit of a random decision, but there you go, Dark Souls. And do you know how many people stuck around? 15. 15 people stuck around when I switched games. Now, today, say I've got 45 viewers, 50 viewers. For example, if I switch game, say I've got 50 viewers. If I switch game during my stream, do you know how many of those 50 viewers are going to stick around? About 48 of them. Because they're not watching me for the game. They're not watching me for my skills in the game. They're watching me for me. They're watching me for the community. They want to hang out. This is where they want to be. And that is the true joy of being a variety streamer, is that people watch you for you. Again, it's harder to grow as a variety streamer. You really need to have that sort of personality that draws people in, that makes people want to stay around, that makes people want to form a community around you. Or you need to be an expert in some sort of other area. Maybe you can complete games faster than anyone else, and you just get the latest game all the time, and you complete it really, really quickly, and then and everyone's like, wow, you did so fast. Like, you can still base your success around your skill in the game if you're a variety streamer, but honestly, more to the point is your broadcast ability, mate. Are you funny? Are you warm? Are you welcoming? Are you personable? Are you friendly? Do you interact with Twitch chat a lot? All of that kind of thing is very important. Are you consistent? Do you have a schedule? With my stream, and I do strongly think this to be the best way of doing it, I believe that you should have a schedule. You should decide in advance what you're going to play for the week, and you should publish this so that your viewers know. Yes, there is the downside of people will know when you're not playing their favorite game, and they might not tune in the first place, but there's the upside of people knowing when you are playing their favorite game, and they will definitely tune in. And I think the upside really does outweigh the downside here, because if somebody knows that you're playing a game they don't really like, but they watch your stream regularly anyway, they probably going to tune in anyway. I doubt they're going to let the game stop them, because they'll tune in for you, at least lurk, hang out with you on a second monitor, hang out with Twitch chat, that kind of thing. But if someone is kind of on the fence, they don't know if they really want to hang out, they're not completely into the community yet, they don't love your stream yet, they're not a proper consistent regular, but they find out you're playing their favorite game, they'll probably tune in, and that's your chance to reel them in. And that's why you should use variety streaming tactically. You can't just stream whatever the heck you feel like just because you feel like streaming it. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. What I found worked really well for me is playing niche games that have a big cult following around them and people that love to just watch them over and over again. Resident Evil Remastered, Cuphead, Subnautica, and Hollow Knight have been some of my most successful games in terms of pulling new viewers in and getting them to stick around. Again, they watch me for the first time because they just want to watch a stranger react to some of their favorite parts in the game, or a stranger in Cuphead struggle to do one of the hardest bosses in the game. But then if they enjoy watching you so much, they might stick around for the next thing. And then if they enjoy watching that too, they're going to stick around for a lot longer. It is far easier to build a single game stream. There is no getting around it. There is no denying it. If you are passionate about a single game more than anything else, you should probably just stream that game. But it's not without downsides. If the game that you were streaming becomes less popular, what do? At that point, you've got to jump to a different game, and you've got to hope that people are going to want to come with you. Maybe you can transition to a very similar game, from Hearthstone to Magic or Runeterra, or, a similar card game like that. Maybe you're transitioning from PUBG to Apex to Call of Duty Warzone and hoping that it's similar enough that people stick around, and maybe they will. But if you're already a variety streamer, if you already know that people will follow you from game to game and not mind too much what you're playing, you don't have the risk of that happening. If your favorite game dies, it doesn't matter. You'll just play something else and everyone's still going to follow you. There's a really nice feeling to having that kind of viewers. And now I would not want to go back to single game streaming. As much as I loved Hearthstone for years and years and years, I so did. I loved it so much. There's only so long you can play a game for without going mad. Every single day, on stream, off stream, to learn better strategies, to improve your gameplay so that you can be better on stream. Watching other streams of people that play the same game all day, every day, for about 5 years. That's what I did. and eventually you go mad. So short term, single game streaming, far better, far superior. You will do much better. Long term, if you can grow yourself as a variety streamer, that's going to pay off in a way that single game streaming can't. I hope that you found this video interesting. Please drop me a comment if you did. Hit that like button. Watching my videos, liking and commenting helps so much, so consider doing those things. It really does help me grow as a content creator. There's videos on the stream right now, a playlist and a video. They've been curated for you, so YouTube thinks you'll like them. Maybe you will. Click on one. Do it. Please.